What's good, family? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. Hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're just, today is hump day. We're halfway through the week. We survived election night. My nightmare didn't come true. All praises due to Allah. It did not come true. And I'm gonna touch on that here in a few seconds. But I'm glad that you all doing well and that you're having a blessed and wonderful day. At least I hope you are. Today is hump day. We're halfway through the week. Just two more work days and we'll be at the weekend. And the likelihood that you're having one of those days, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, election night was last night. As we saw, Donald J. Trump is the president elect the second time around. He was the 45th president. He was elected back in 2016, 8 years ago. Lost the 2020 election. Now he's back again. Guess who's back? Back again, to quote Eminem, for those Eminem fans out there. So this is a second go round, second time around. 47th president. He'd been inaugurated in January. And Kamala Harris just, I kept saying on here, on social media, and she just didn't have it. They weren't feeling her. She just, you can't fake the funk. People are going to see through you. And get this, Trump won all seven of the battleground states, the swing states, all seven of them. Nevada and Arizona still hasn't declared yet, but Trump is winning in those out there, and I think maybe like 70% has 70% has declared, all the precincts declared in Nevada, and I think 80 or 90% has declared in Arizona, and he's leading by a nice margin, by a sizable margin. So he's going to win all seven of the swing states. That's Wisconsin, Michigan, my home state, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona. All seven swing states, all seven of them. He's going to win them. Wow. Before I came on here, I saw that he had 292 electoral votes to her 220. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. 295 because he won Alaska, which is three electoral votes. So he had 295 electoral votes to her 226. So a 69 margin, 69-point margin. That's pretty sizable. It's pretty sizable. She had 226. He's at 295. And Arizona and Nevada still hasn't declared, so that's going to put him well over 300. I can't remember how many. I think Arizona is 11 electoral votes, so that put him at 306. And I think Nevada is 7, 8, so maybe 314 when it's all said and done. 314 to her 226. Yeah, yeah. Not only did the Republicans take back the White House, but they also took back the Senate. Yup, they took back the Senate. Won it by 2 votes. They needed 50, they got 52. So they retook the Senate. They're close to retaking the House. They still, see, U.S. Senate. They're close to retaking the House, so that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So they need 14 more votes to retake the House. They at 204 now. They need 218. So they need 14 more. And they already retook the Senate. So it looks like it's going to be a red wash. It's going to be red, red, red. The federal government, the White House, the Senate, and now the House. The Senate, right? Excuse me. The House right now is 204 for the Republicans, 189 for the Democrats. So look like it's going to be a red wave, and people in the country are just tired. They're just tired. They tired of the same old rhetoric. They tired of Donald Trump bad, Donald Trump evil, the Republican Party evil. But what are you going to do better? What are the Democrats and Kamala Harris? What are you going to do better? Oh, but Donald Trump is bad. Okay, we understand that. But what are y'all going to do? What are y'all solutions on the economy, on the crisis at the border with illegal migrants, with these proxy wars that we're in? What are y'all solutions? Trump is bad. You know what? I'm done. That's all they were saying during this whole campaign. How the other side is bad. How the other side about was going to take away women's rights to choose. And that's not the truth. That couldn't be further from the truth if it was funny. Because Trump said, leave it up to the states. Leave it up to the states. The 10th Amendment, right here in this document. The 10th Amendment. Leave it up to the vote. Leave it up to the people. Because the founding fathers knew that there were going to be topics that divided the nation, that was very vitriol, that created vitriol, that would be very, very, people be passionate about. And abortion is one of those topics. This is why the founding fathers said, leave it up to the states. Take the federal government out of the equation and leave it up to the states. Let the states decide. So if Nevada wants abortion, let them vote for it. Let the people in the state of Nevada vote for it. If they want it, they'll vote for it. If they don't, then they won't vote for it. They'll be against it. If Arizona wants abortion, let the people in Arizona vote on it. If they want it, then they'll have it. So in other words, if Nevada says we're against abortion and Arizona says we're for abortion, those who want to get an abortion could take their asses south or take their asses, yeah, to the southwest and to Arizona and get an abortion. California. California for abortion? Good. Nevada not? Okay, good. Take your ass west to California and get your abortion. I'm against abortion, with the exception of incest, rape, or medical emergencies. Those are the only three instances where I'd be for abortion: rape, incest, medical emergencies. That's the only where I'd be for abortion in those three instances. Anything outside of those three, it's criminal. It's absolute criminal. It's a crime. It's a crime against humanity. And that's what these Democrats were pushing: women's right to choose, the LGBTQ plus IA's right to tell a little boy he could be a little girl, to tell a little girl she could be a little boy. This is what they were pushing: the rights of illegal migrants. Let them come over and get benefits over American born citizens. People who served in the military who are mentally unstable, had lost limbs. They're homeless. Homeless. They help defend this nation against enemies, foreign and domestic, protecting the Constitution of the United States of America. And you're going to give illegal migrants benefits over these people, over these citizens? People born here, don't matter what race or creed or color, American born citizens born here, raising families here. You giving someone illegal migrants, many of which, not all, but many of which are criminals. You giving them rights over American-born citizens. People wasn't standing for it. I posted video after video on my timeline about this. They weren't for the bullshit. Black people in Chicago, black people in LA, New York, they were not for illegal migration because it was taking away their housing and jobs. This is why they said enough is enough. The American people, even white people, they just were fed up. They said enough is enough. Donald Trump, come back in office. Now, Trump fixed these things, it's going to remain to be seen. It will remain to be seen. We have to hold his feet to the fire like with Jim Crow, like we did with Jim Crow Joe. We got to be fair about this. We cannot give Trump a pass. We cannot give him a pass. We didn't give Jim Crow Joe a pass, so now let's not give Trump a pass. Hold his feet to the fire. Hold him accountable. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Hey, Brother Steph, I'm doing good, my brother. Salute to you. I know Kamala wasn't going to win. You are still too racist for that. Well, it's not so much that. I wouldn't say that it's racism is why she lost, or no, it's just it has nothing to do with it. I mean, it has something to do with it. People are hurting. The economy is in the toilet. And then Kamala was going to give all migrant citizenship as well. Exactly. That's what Brandon Johnson is doing in Chicago. Mayor Eric Adams, he was bamboozled. He was beguiled into doing that. And he spoke out against it. Now, mind you, when Eric Adams spoke out against what they were doing with the illegal migrants in New York City, that's when the federal government came after him. Did y'all pay attention to that? When Eric Adams saw the light and saw what they were doing was illegal, and he started speaking out against it, that's when the federal government started bringing charges against him. Am I right or am I absolutely right? But by then, it was too late. But yeah, New York, LA with Karen Bass, Chicago with Brandon Johnson, it's just ridiculous. It's just utterly ridiculous. But I don't think it was racist. I don't think racism had nothing to do with it. People are just tired. And she offered no solutions. She couldn't do an interview to save her life. She could not do an interview to save her life. Even when they had teleprompters, she still screwed it up. How do you think she was going to be on the world stage? Talking to Putin, talking to Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping in China, these world leaders. They weren't going to take her seriously. They were not going to take her serious. It's like, man, get out, bye, be gone. No, she would not have been taken seriously. I'm sorry. No, not your bad, brother. No apologies are necessary. We're just sharing dialogue on here. You good, my brother. You are good. And you're right. When Eric Adams didn't play ball no more, that's when they went after him. Exactly. Pay attention to that. So, whatever. And Kamala Harris is just a fraud. She was just a fraud. Everything about her was fugazi. It was straight fugazi. You lied about working at McDonald's. Who lies about that? Why would you lie about that? Trump actually went to a McDonald's and worked the shift. There's video of it. They had him on fries. It's kind of funny though, but hey, it is what it is. Whatever works. But why would you lie about working at McDonald's? Then you tried to culturally appropriate us by my greens are so good. People used to ask me to cook greens. I don't mess around when it comes to cooking greens. I had to cook it for a lot of people. I had to cook so much greens. We had to wash them in the bathtub. Ladies, stop it. Stop it. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. You had to wash collard greens in the bathtub. What's the first thing you put when you get in the bathtub? What's the first thing you put in there? Your damn feet. If you're taking a shower or bath, you put your feet in. Feet and ass. Feet and ass. And all other your body parts. That's effing disgusting. So it's just crazy. I smoked weed in the 80s while listening to Tupac. You did? I didn't know Pac came out with his first album in the 80s. I recall Pac coming out with his first album 32 years ago. No, I'm sorry, 33 years ago this month, November 91. I forget what day. Tupacalypse Now. I bought the tape. November 1991, 33 years ago. But you bought Pac's album in the 80s. Oh, you knew something that we already know then, huh? Especially considering that Pac was what, 12, 13 years old when you were in college? So a 12, 13-year-old Pac was dropping albums. Ladies, stop it with the cap. Stop it with the cap. Listen to Too Short. Ladies, stop it with the cap. Stop it. There's nothing black about you. Kamala Masala, nothing. The 12th of November, 1991. Okay, yeah. So it'd be 33 years ago. It'd be 33 years on next Tuesday. That's when Pac dropped his first album, Tupacalypse Now, a classic, a hip hop classic. Yeah, she was listening to Indian music. That's what she was listening to. Watching a Bollywood movie. So now that she lost the election, is she? Someone asked this question on social media. Now that she lost the election, is she gonna go back to being Indian? Kamala, you lost the election. You know you're not black. You know you're not black. It doesn't matter if you're black and white, and you're not black. You are Indian. Come on, come on, Kamala. Come on, Kamala. You shame us. You shame myself. If they take her back, maybe she'd become Jewish. I mean, her husband's Jewish, Doug Emhoff. Maybe the Jewish community will accept her. But all these bourgeoisie, boule Negroes was talking big game during this election. Over the last few months, the D.L. Hugleys, the Roland Martins, the Plies, the Uncle Luke, um, were the clowns, Michael Ealy's, Ricky Smiley's, Steve Harvey's, Shannon Sharp's, Charlemagne the Fraud, DJ Envy, Angela Rye, Joy Reid, Van Cryan Jones. Y'all was talk the Obamas. They was talking big shit, particularly the black men. All these black women buying into this bullshit. So where, yeah, they quiet as hell now. That's right, brother Eric. Excuse me, brother Edward. That is right. They are quiet now. Quiet as kept. That's right, brother Eric. Damn, brother Edward. Jesus, what's it Eric for? Brother Edward. Thank you. Salute to you for tuning in. That's right. Some people are in mourning. Some people talking about, oh, we need to pray, y'all. We need. So if Kamala would have won, y'all wouldn't have prayed. So if Kamala Harris would have won the election last night, everything would have been good. Everything would have been hunky dory. There would have been no need for prayer. There would have been no need to turn to God because she would have washed all our sins away and fought crime and it would have been world peace and racism would have ended. Y'all niggas sound dumb, dumb as hell. And we wonder why we're in the predicament that we're in. Nothing would have changed. I heard one stupid Negro say that racism and let me read you this. Let's give me 1 second. I'm gonna read it to you. Let me read it to you. This is the dumbest. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. Let me read you. This is on social media. Let me read you this from someone I know. This person's back in Detroit. My daughter is sad because she had plans to go to the inauguration had Kamala won. And while some of you may roll your eyes at that thought, representation can be a catalyst to do great things. I'm sad for her, but more so because of the world she's preparing to enter. Racism and discrimination has a platform. Project 2025 is not some myth. It's a created document with the people now in place to make it a reality. The people in place to put my Black kids' lives in danger. Sad day. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever read. So let me get this straight. By this twisted logic, by this scared Negro logic, had Kamala Harris won, let me ask y'all this. Had Kamala Harris won, racism and discrimination would have ended? Black kids' lives would have been safe and not in danger? Because she would have put on her cape and dun, 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 super Indian fake black woman to the rescue. Is that what are we led to believe? It's just stupid shit like this. And these are from so-called educated people. And I call them stupid on social media. I said, you're a stupid Negro and you need to go to the library. They took offense to it, but I said what I said and I stand on my square. You a stupid ass Negro. The person who wrote this tweet, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's a stupid ass Negro. And I told him as such. I said, you a stupid ass Negro, and you need to go to the library and check out some history books. Just stay at the library. My daughter's going into a world of racism and discrimination. You dumbass nigga, she been in the world with racism and discrimination when she was born. So racism and discrimination, what didn't exist prior to Trump? See, this is why we're in the state that we're in, because we have dumb niggas like this who don't do research. They just run their mouth. They run their damn mouth. Don't know what the hell they talking about. This is why. But they think because they have degrees that they so smart. No, you even more dumb as hell now with the degrees than you were without them. And I'm gonna stand on my square. I said what I said. I'm saying what I'm saying now. This is why we're in the state we're in. Many of our people. So before Trump came, racism and discrimination didn't exist. Trump invented racism and discrimination. Before Donald Trump was ever thought about getting into politics, everything was hunky-dory. We didn't have racism and discrimination. We didn't enter a war with racism and discrimination. Have you what did you fall asleep in history class? Did you fall asleep in college? Did they just give you good grades? Did you pay somebody off? Have you not been paying attention? What planet are you living on? The founding fathers, many of the founding fathers established racism and discrimination when they established America. They were slave owners, for God's sakes. You dumb nigga. They owned slaves. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, they owned slaves. They teach this in public schools. Well, some of them. I know in his high school they taught that. My daughter's entered into a world of racism and discrimination. My black kids' lives are going to be in danger. Oh, Lord Jesus. Riddle me this. During Obama's second term, that's right. His mother was born in it's funny you say that because his mom was born in the 1960s. So, riddle me this. During Obama's second term, were black people being murdered by the police, left and right, every time you turned on the TV? Every time you turned on your computer or looked at your phone, you was hearing about a black man or woman being gunned down by the police. Did Ferguson happen during Obama's second term? Did the Charleston massacre happen during Obama's second term? Wasn't Trayvon Martin killed, essentially murdered, when Obama was in office? Um, Freddie Gray, Michael Brown, Ferguson, Freddie Gray in Baltimore by the Baltimore police, Tamir Rice, wasn't that during Obama? I'm just saying, I'm just saying, were black kids safe during Obama's presidency? Was racism and discrimination prevalent during Obama's administration? During his whole 8 years? But Trump established it though, right? But Donald Trump established it. So when you think of racism, there's a picture of Donald J. Trump. Trump invented racism. He invented discrimination. He established it. So George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, Woodrow Wilson. None of these men and many others, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Richard Nixon, none of these men that I just mentioned were racist and didn't practice discrimination. But Trump did. Trump supersedes all of them. I swear. Some of our people are stuck on stupid with gorilla glue. They're just stuck on it, stuck on stupid with super gorilla glue. And I said, you're stupid. You're a stupid ass Negro. You're a stupid Negro. Go to the library and read and check out some history books because you sound dumb, dumb as hell. Not only was dude's mother born in a world of racism and discrimination, his grandparents, they were born in the South. So Trump established Jim Crow Joe. So Jim Crow Joe, the Jim Crow Joe, I'm so used to saying that. The Jim Crow laws didn't exist prior to Trump. Jim Crow didn't exist prior to Trump. We were able to vote. Women, our black women were able to vote. Black people wasn't, they didn't face terrorism when they went to go vote in the South during the 1920s and 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Everything was good. There was no KKK, no White Citizens Council, none of that. Everything was just great. Everything was just great. Black people could eat eat wherever they wanted to, use the bathroom wherever they wanted to, drink at whatever water fountains, travel. There was no sundown towns. They weren't getting lynched. They just lived in harmony. But when Trump came along, that's when racism and discrimination came about. That damn Trump. You know how stupid that sounds? Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. Moving along. So, out here in the Bay Area, Oakland has recalled their mayor. Knew that was going to happen. I predicted it. Mayor Shane Tao is out of there. Not only is Shane Tao out of there, but the district attorney, Pamela Price, out of there. And that was a collective effort because the Asian community in Oakland, Shane Tao is Asian, think her family's from Laos. They led the charge in the recall. That's right. The Asian community in Oakland led the charge to recall one of their own. And they were joined with people from the Black community, the Jewish community, and the Latino community. They all came together to oust her ass. And they all came together to oust Pamela Price, the district attorney in Alameda County, which is the county where I live. I don't live in Oakland, but I live in Alameda County. So our district attorney is being ousted. She's being recalled. The mayor of Oakland is being recalled. She's being ousted. I don't know who they're going to put in place, but people are just fed up. Crime has skyrocketed in Oakland. Not just murders, but just break-ins. People's businesses have been broken into in the Asian community, people in the Latino community. Black businesses have, so it's been a collective effort. Not only have Black people, but Asians and Latinos and whites. They said they all came together and said, you know, enough of this shit. Let's oust this woman. Get her out of there. Get it out. Get her out. They started the recall efforts back in March, I believe, and it just gained momentum. I think in the first month, they had more signatures than they ever anticipated because people was just tired of Shane Tao. Now, mind you, Shane Tao hasn't been in office 2 years. She hasn't been in office for She hasn't been in office 2 years. I think she got elected in January of 2023. Yep, she was inaugurated January 2023. Not even 2 years. And she just effed it up. However, Her predecessor, Libby Schaff, a Jewish woman, she effed it up too. And what's funny about that is her predecessor, Shane Todd's predecessor, Libby Schaff, joined the efforts to have her successor recalled. Ain't that about some shit? You didn't do a great job yourself, but then you're gonna lead the efforts to recall your successor when you screw it up too? It's funny. It's like an alcoholic telling a drug addict, you got problems. It's like, you an alcoholic. Yeah, I abuse drugs, but you do too. You got a problem too. It's crazy. Or a thief telling a crack addict or a fentanyl addict, man, you need to change your life. It's like, wait a minute, but you a thief. You have no room you have no moral position to tell to preach to me, to give me advice. But that's the foolishness that's going on out here. London Breed. Oh, she's losing from the last before I came on here. She was losing to what's the dude name? Laurie. Daniel Laurie. I think that's his name. She was losing. So guess what? It ain't looking good for London Breed. It's not looking good for her either. And I knew that was going to happen. And I told people that. I said it on here a couple of times, but I knew that was going to happen. London Breed has ruined San Francisco. Businesses have left. Crime was just theft in San Francisco was just out of control. Walgreens closed I don't know how many stores in San Francisco. So did CVS. They pulled out. Businesses they couldn't survive. Thanks to Gavin Newsom, our governor out here, our illustrious governor, Gavin Newsom, he ruined San Francisco. Businesses couldn't take it. London Breed didn't do them any favors either because thieves were just allowed to just run rampant. There was plenty of videos you can see it on YouTube where thieves would just come into Walgreens or to the Apple stores. Did they close the Apple store in San Francisco? I think it may be still open. But what was it? Neiman Marcus. What was that jewelry store? It wasn't Zales, but it was a jewelry store. And Neiman Marcus was in San Francisco. It was in what's that mall? Damn it, Westfield Mall in San Francisco, which is now a ghost. It's pretty much a ghost town. That was one of my favorite malls to visit, but now it's pretty much obsolete. Thanks to Gavin Newsom and London Breed. They went into this jewelry store. Oh, I can't think of the name of the store. Lord have mercy. And a Neiman Marcus, and it was just like it may as well been Christmas. They were just taking stuff, smashing glass, grabbing things, and just running out. And this was all on camera. This was a couple of years ago. Just coming out with thousands and thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. Thousands of dollars. I think someone estimated $30,000 worth of merchandise, grabbing watches and jewelry and clothing and just taking it and just running out, running down the street with it. Not a cop in sight. This is during London Breed's reign. People were fed up. Businesses were leaving San Francisco. They still are. Why do you think Elon Musk is moving Twitter or X to Austin, Texas? Why? Why do you think that is? Just fed up. Just fed up with the fuckery. They said we can't take it no more and left. Now they want to try to bring businesses back to San Francisco, but it's too late. The damage has already been done. And before this pandemic, San Francisco was cool. Yeah, you had your homelessness, but for the most part, you could go over there and shop and hang out, get some good, go to some great restaurants. Those restaurants I remember when I first moved out here, they're obsolete now. They're closed. The stores I used to shop at, they're gone. They're gone. You could say the pandemic, that played a part in it, but theft, because people were losing their jobs. Oh, and by the way, who was president and vice president? People were losing their jobs, and utter anarchy just ensued. Like I said a few seconds ago, people were taking thousands of dollars worth of clothing, thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, just taking it, going into Walgreens and cleaning it out. There's videos of that. And this was under London Breed. But black people, some Negroes over there are so drunk off of identity politics. Oh man, get a sister a break. She from the neighborhood. She from the hood, dog. Get a sister a break. Get a sister a break. Yeah, we gave a sister a break. And by that, people were breaking into businesses and she broke the heart of the city. She broke San Francisco's soul. But we gave a sister a break. Now people are just fed up with it. And mostly it's the Asian community in San Francisco. They were not feeling London Breed. Some of it was racist rhetoric. Yes, it was. But they just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't safe to walk around the city, even in daytime. People were being attacked, people's houses were being broken into. I already mentioned their businesses. So they said, you know what? No. And she's losing the election. A buddy of mine works at an a Japanese steakhouse, upscale Japanese restaurant in San Francisco. He said that London Breed had an event there, a dinner there, and he took pictures of it. And he said she spent all this money just so she could lose. I laughed my ass off because it's comedy, and I knew it was going to happen. My coworkers who live in San Francisco, I work in San Francisco, but I have coworkers who live and work there, who live there. Coworkers, they live there, so they see it every day. They see the chaos day in and day out, especially day out. I tell my coworkers all the time, be safe going home. Be safe going home. People have been getting attacked. We have a citizen app on our work phone, and every weekend and weekday, that thing is pinging, ping, ping. Someone being attacked, someone being beat over the head with a baseball bat, someone being shot, someone being stabbed, someone's car being broken into, someone being robbed. This is in San Francisco. We get notifications on our citizen app on our work phone. It's not something I'm making up. And like I said, I have coworkers who live in San Francisco. They're tired of it. They're just sick of it. And they said that London Breed, no, get her out of there. Get her out. We didn't want her in the first place, but get her out of there. They're just sick of it. Like the country was sick of Biden and Harris. Well, San Franciscans and Oaklanders are sick of London Breed in San Francisco and Shane Town in Oakland and Pamela Price. And I believe the DA in San Francisco is being replaced too. I think the DA is losing over there too, if I'm not mistaken. People are just tired of it. Identity politics does not work. We want people who are going to do the job. If they're black and they do the job, that's great. That's great. But if they're not, that's great too. The days of those who look like us being elected, this It's time out for that because they serve the interests of the greater good of their masters. Their greater good is not for us. They don't have our best interests at heart. They just don't. Let's just keep it 1,000 on here. They just don't. They are the gatekeepers for white supremacy. Many of these black politicians. Yup, the DA in San Francisco is a huge problem. What's her name? Oh, tall, black woman, real tall. I think she over like, I think she may be 6'1" or 6'2". What's her name? I'm gonna look it up. While I do that, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications or when I do videos on here. Let me see. San Francisco DA. Brooke Jenkins. Oh, she won re-election. Never mind. So much for that, huh? It says here in the Bay Area Reporter, San Francisco DA Jenkins easily wins re-election. San Francisco appears to have re-elected its district attorney, city attorney, and sheriff, according to preliminary returns from the San Francisco Department of Elections. So Brooke Jenkins was the incumbent and she won re-election. Brooke Jenkins. So that answers our question. She won re-election. But London Breed is not going to win re-election. So oh well, oh hell. Do tell. She's not. London Breed's not. Shane Towers being recalled, so we know she ain't. And Pamela Price is being recalled too, and we know she's not. So, and that's San Francisco County. San Francisco is in San Francisco County, like kind of like with Philadelphia. It's in Philadelphia County. So, let's see. Yup, Pamela Price. She's out of there. Oakland Mayor Shane Towers, she's out of there. London Breed, she's out of there. Kamala Harris and Jim Crow Joe, they're out of there. The Democrats in the Senate, they're out of there. Democrats in the House, they're about to be out of there. So it's not looking good for the Dems. But they have themselves to blame. Instead of allowing the Obamas to talk down to black men, Michelle Obama encouraging black women to piss their husbands off and vote for the Indian woman. Obama telling us that make it seem like that we're unintelligent for not voting for the Indian woman. D.L. Hughley and Ricky Smiley saying what's wrong with us, making it seem like we stupid. Charlemagne the Fraud and DJ Envy going on their rants about black men not voting for the Indian woman. Angela Rye, y'all did y'all candidate no favors. Why would you talk down to a demographic and expect them to go out and vote for you? Make that make sense. Would they have talked down to Asian men and expected them to go out and vote for them? Would they have talked down to Jewish men and expected them to go out and vote for them? Would they have talked down to Latino men and expect them to go out and vote for them? Hell no. But they do it to us and it was allowed. Now, mind you, they said 80% of black men, over 80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. So this blaming black men stuff is a lie. And last night, Joy Reid was blaming white women on MSNBC. That's right. Joy Reid was blaming white women. I wouldn't be surprised if she don't have a job by the end of the week. They have to find a scapegoat. They can't face the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror or the party in the mirror and say, we're at fault. We're at fault. We don't want to run on, since Black people have been giving us a majority of their votes for the past 60 plus years, let's hear them out on reparations. Let's not just say we're going to study it, but let's make sure and guarantee that they get reparations. Let's write a hate crime bill for Black Americans, for foundational Black Americans. Let's do a Black version of the Marshall Plan and the Point Four program for the Black community, rebuilding their communities, an economic plan. They didn't want to do any tangibles, and yet they wonder why they got their ass kicked in the election. They didn't learn their lesson in 2016 when Hillary lost, and apparently 8 years later, they still didn't learn that lesson. And in 2028, if they don't get their act together, the same thing is going to happen. It may not be Trump, it may be Tulsi Gabbard or another Republican. Because it's not a guarantee that the Democrats are going to win in 2028. There's not a guarantee of that happening. Trump could get reelected in 2028. He'd be an old ass man. Well, he's an old ass man now, but he'd be older then. So it's not. It could very well happen that he could get reelected in 2028, or they could elect J.D. Vance or Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, Trump can't run again after this because he would have served two. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Didn't think of that. Well, I thought maybe because this is his first. Okay, I see how. All right, I see what you're saying. I stand corrected. I thought maybe he could run for 2 terms because this would be his, but he's president the second time around. So I see what you're saying. But again, J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard. If the Democrats do not look in the mirror and see where they effed up and see where they could get better and not do their homework within the next 4 years, they're going to lose again. They're going to lose the Senate. They're going to lose the House. They're going to lose the White House. The same thing is going to happen if they don't get their act together. They don't get their act together. The same thing is going to happen. The same thing. I'm just saying. It behooves them to get their act together. Do I think they will? No. I thought they would in 2016. Survey says I was wrong. They're too arrogant. They are just, and the arrogance, and I said this a couple weeks ago, their arrogance is going to bite them in the ass, and it did. Not only with the White House, but in the Senate, and it's about to bite them in the ass in the House, with the House, because they're about to lose it. They're about to lose it. So the same thing happened in 2028. They have to look in the mirror. Stop using Black men as your scapegoat because that is a lie. When over 80% of Black men nationally voted for Kamala Harris, and we only make up, they said we only make up 13% of the population, Black people as a whole. That's what they say. The census. That's what they said. We make up 13% of the population. So how are you gonna blame us? Oh, but you blaming white women? How come you don't blame white men? A lot of white men didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Go blame them. Oh, that's right. Y'all scared because y'all know if y'all blame white men, heads would roll. Jobs would be lost. Careers would be destroyed. So you use an easy target being us. No, 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 no. To quote the late great Dikembe Mutombo, may Allah be pleased with him. No, 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 not today. So you going with that bullshit. In any event, I'm gonna hop off of here. I hope y'all got my point. Hope I was able to get my point across. Y'all were able to get the gist of this, what I was saying in this video. Congratulations to Donald J. Trump on being the president the second time around. Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, we're going to hold your feet to the fire. You ran on something. We're going to hold your feet to the fire. Don't be like your predecessor. Be better. Do better. Do better the second time around than you did your first time. There were some things I didn't agree with your first election, but for the most part, I had to do my research, and you did well in the economy. You did well in these proxy wars and with the immigration. But do even better this time around. We're gonna hold your feet to the fire. But congratulations, Donald J. Trump, on winning the presidency the second time around. Hope everything goes well for you. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments. And always remember this: we don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. In our disagreements, yet let's use logic, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you nowhere. Share this video, share it, share it, share it, share it 10 times, 20 times, 30 times over. Support my channel here, support my future projects. I need y'all love and support. So please continue to support me, please, y'all. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all continue to be safe. Beware and be aware. Danger is not over. Election night may be over, but the danger is not over because there's still some people out there who are pissed off. So y'all just be safe. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you're going to work, coming home from work, taking your children to school, picking them up, running errands, whatever the case may be safe, beware, and be aware. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.